Okay, so welcome to our introduction, to our sharing. My name is Enrico Pana, and I'm head of people, culture, and movement in DAB Pumps.
Yes, my name is Milena, and I work with Enrico at the same department. So we're working together.
So we are here we start with a video because we would like to share that we are not, it seems we are a young company, no? Young people, training new people, but we are becoming old, no?
Becoming old, we're still young in our minds.
And so we have managed some days ago the first DAB Agile Day. So it was for us a big achievement. Because considering we are a manufacturing company, it's not so common. And we invented one day where everybody was doing a conference in the work affair, and they went together. Now we go through our journey to try to give you some insights or to share. So if you have any questions, then you can raise your hand and we can start. Okay.
Yes. Some figures about DAB. We are a group of 1,800 people. You can see also the other figures. We have 6 production sites and we have branches and offices all around the world. And regarding our products, we produce mainly water pumps touching the industry. We make also circulators, so pumps for heating, drainage pumps. So this is the products that we sell. And also connection, by the way, which is the last but not the least. So our journey. Just a few words to tell you when it started, this journey. It started in 2018 together with Enrico. We decided to concentrate on 2 main strategic projects which were related to the implementation of the MES on our assembly production lines. And then we decided also to change completely our master data management. So these were the main projects that we decided together with some multidisciplinary teams to focus on in our company. So this is the first start that we had about 4 years ago. These are some pictures relating to the offices where we met to do our Scrum meetings. As you can see, we were still using visual boards. We did our Scrum meetings all together in the office. So we met physically in this large room in the first floor, correct, Enrico, I can say a small group of people doing something which was changing completely the company and especially the mindset of our colleagues.
We didn't have a heating system there, so it was a room where it was not used. And so we asked to have a space, and then we buy a pinguino, we said, pinguino, what is it? To heating, and also in summer it was quite hot.
Very noisy.
It was really an adventure at that time. A challenge.
And here you can see also some pictures representing our first review. Here we have, for example, a team which was developing the software, correct, Enrico, of the pump. So we met in Vienna because in Vienna in Tuscany we had another production plant, and so sometimes we decided to make the review physically in that place with the whole team. So it was also an occasion to make not only the review but then the retrospective, the planning, and to do them physically in one place. Here again another picture of our colleague doing manually the burn down chart on the wall. So we really began following strictly the rules that Enrico read on correct Enrico on the Scrum.
Yes,
on the Scrum guide.
You can see the distortion of the cube. No? She was not going down, but she was going up.
Yes.
So
sometimes we had also to rechange the burn down chart and do the things twice or 3 times, but it was a good start. And then what did it happen after the COVID? The pandemic switched completely our way of working, so most of us had to stay at home and we had to find another way to manage projects, so we could not meet in a physical room, we could not make review personally, doing planning all together, and but it was an opportunity to change completely the organization that we had in DAB, and we had the possibility especially to scale the adoption of Agile methodology. So after COVID, we started to make the Scrum meetings, the reviews, the retrospectives by remote using Teams, and we switched to these tools which were Jira, where we stored all the main company projects, and we started using also Miro, another board which is helping also now to use retrospective design thinking or also brainstorming. So at the end we were still using these tools because we understood that now we cannot go on without them, because they give us quickness, velocity. We had the opportunity also to share all the company information regarding projects, because everything is stored now in this tool.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and now we are trying to create a context why we are sharing Agile meat manufacturing. And what we are thinking, and what is the concept that we have discovered in our company. We are a water pump producer, manufacturer, so we design, develop, distribute, do maintenance of water systems. So you can imagine that it's quite a traditional business, where you have 70% of workforce that is in the plant, and 70% by the bureaucracy. And so we are calling this concept that we do like. That we are in this century, the technology is still and fantastic, but we have managerial practices that are too a little bit late for our company. And this was something that we also have the possibility this morning, with Dave and also with Nigel, to see what is the problem. And so we are attracted and we go to collaborate with organizations that expose we have technology and we can do everything. In the water pumps technology, we can either connect, we can do smart cities, we can do everything. But what we found ourselves living, we call horrors. Horrors, such as having inadequate leadership, zero communication, zero culture of collaboration, no attitude to help each other. I think this is the starting point for us. It's not something that we can listen. How can I say? We cannot say, okay, let's go for the agility. We have a problem. Manufacturing company has a problem. Some services company also have a problem. But we realize that we cannot go because we cannot have department, division. Silos based. It was mentioned also by our colleagues of Fiorentini. They say, we are trying to have end-to-end approach, but we cannot only try. And so we agree for that. So after this, we start with HR, and now our team is somewhere, I don't know where, because we have people, culture, and continuous improvement for a reason. So we developed a brand new concept, and then we design a people strategy. Because we cannot start to deploy Scrum or Kanban in a context that is not collaborative. How can you do it? You know what is the problem? And Milena well explained. You have to go to the manager to pray the manager, say, could you please give me one person? And the manager starts, how many hours? How long is it lasting, this project? Because in my personal planning, I cannot allocate anybody now. Why? Are we doing something that is good for you or is good for the company? Are we doing something that is good for your department or is good for the company itself? Or higher for a vision of the company? Now that can be sustainability, people, well-being. So Agile has a potential, huge potential, but we try to do a contest. We how can I say? We try to move the picture small, but now the projector is very big. So because we will not copy our secret.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, Enrico, we had only the support of the CEO from the beginning and also of the head of the HR, which helped us from the beginning.
But it was not something for free.
No. We had to bring results, otherwise.
We do the pilots together. We try to promote the collaboration. We show to the CEO that the potential are on the people and on the team. So this is the why. And then we say how, and now we enter in the technical stuff that we like more. And so we enter in the we had a problem in that because we started with Scrum most of the teams because it's the more disciplined way of doing things. It's not good or bad. It's creating discipline. It's creating rhythm. No? So we say, guys, let's do the easy stuff. No? But when we explain to our management that not only Scrum exists, and we say, when you are mature, my friend, you can go to Kanban. Why not? But when you are very, very, very good, my friend, you can go to simple. Do what you want. I don't care. It's not up to me to force you a framework. And then if you don't know where to go, let's sit down and use some practices of design thinking. Brainstorming, diverging, converging, prioritization, club. Okay? But it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. We started from the yellow. And so we say, guys, the management say, wow, so you are not a fanatic of Scrum. Yes, and for me, important that people work together.
And also now we have people coming to us and telling us, okay, we start with the Kanban instead of Scrum. At least we are now at the point in which they have understood which kind of framework to be used, adapted to the context we are going to operate.
There is an open discussion, no? But they start also, I prefer to open a Kanban because I feel we are a little complicated. We know what to do. We need a rhythm and visibility. And then the situation is this. We start from zero today, and then we have two teams working on design thinking, two products that we don't know because they are in a context we don't know. We started, as Milena said, with 3 teams in Scrum. Now we have 33 teams in Scrum. Kanban is very dynamic, so we have 35. So all in all, from 40 people involved, not full allocated, today we have more than 300 people that are touching. For this reason, you saw if you do the proportion, you saw around 30, 35 on the corner. It means that we have 300 people, less than 10 people not to reach. This is a very rough calculation. Okay? And so this is the situation and the what. We are going to the end if you have any question. The what. So where we are insisting, which is the context in the what. So we say the why, we are horror, the word horror. Guys, we live in a horror situation. I had a conversation with a colleague that in the Polytechnic of Milan, a big company, I don't say the name, I said, but how are you applying Scrum? He said, Scrum Master is the top manager, is the senior manager. Then the product owner is the ex-project manager, and then we design the user stories, and then the team do. Okay, horror. Also in the Agile. We are not good purists. We are not pure. We have many problems also now. But so where are we working? Which is so we work. So we try also to create a context to let the company understand where we are acting. So we have sustainability. We have 4 projects. Then we have 8 projects in design to value process optimization. Here inside, process optimization for us at IBS.
Process optimization is
slow moving management, new distribution center, no? European distribution center, something. Design to value is one project that we show you later. We change all the motors. We need to harmonize all the motors. Electric motors is a disaster. You need to touch thousands of kilos of material. We use Scrum because it's too large. We need to have R&D, we need to have a certification process, we need to have everybody on the same page. So we are not managing alignment meetings. We do a meeting with a team that work on this direction. It's not easy. Because also R&D said, and now I need to develop new products. So we are also active. Here is a more bigger number of. Here we are in the complex part. That's Scrum. Most of Scrum. So we have product development that are all in all 7, 8
products.
Yes, new product. New product means that one products can have 3 or 4 teams in parallel. So for instance, for one product we released last week.
2 weeks ago we made the review of a new product, and it was a project that started in beginning of 2021. So it took us 1 year and a half to have the whole product designed with the 2 teams doing scrums twice per week. But at the end we had a product. So we
physical
product because we made the review along the line, the assembly line with all the stakeholders.
Digitalization with B2B, B2C, CRM. And then we also designed the people part where we have projects that are insisting so that we call employee development dialogue. We have also the onboarding system that has started here. And then also some projects related to the loyalty program for customers, Scrum. So for product development, we design in Scrum with 4 parallel teams this product that is fantastic. It's EasyBox Max, is a product that we love it. Because it's hyper-connected, is multiple, is moving water in some buildings, more than flats, more than 40 flats, and then is fully managed by our app, and also a service center that can control everything. So if you are losing water in your building, we realize where is the problem. We don't know exactly which flat, but we know that there is a problem of pressure or leakage of water. And it was fantastic for teams from not the concept, from the realization to the early warning and the market field. And then this one is another good story. Another team that closed the project also 2 weeks ago.
Yes, 2-3 weeks ago.
They closed, I think, in 11 sprints with 2 weeks length. One team, daily, Scrum. They were working on that. It's a disaster, guys. The shortage of electronics. I think you may order a car, then you see the lead time of receiving a car. And with this team, we were able to intercept the situation and we act on diesel products. They were able to take decision by themselves. So don't take note by the name of the pumps because it's quite confidential, but it's important that I share you the situation. So, you know, the IGBT model in Infineon is a giant, a producer of giant components in the world. He said, stock out. And you have to produce 20,000 pumps in a month and you don't have the components. What can you do? And this one is linked to the software and the certification of the products. So the team was able, I'm hiding the page, but this is a business case incredible. We didn't stop. We stopped one line for 2 weeks. This was the result. The other side of the situation should be to stop, to have a drama on the stop, but a real drama. Then this is another example, circulators. So you can see, raspberry, it's familiar word. And then it was, and then also, yeah. That's right.
You wanted to say that the product owner lost his hair after this project?
Yes, it was a guy that was
quality certification.
Yeah, quality certification was a guy that was living in the grounded floor, close in a small room, nobody know him. Then we say, do you want to do that? Said, yeah, come on.
Now?
And now, okay, we have to go to recovery center. But at the end of the story, what is it? That also, they were not taking care only of to buy components. They were buy components, the right number of components, and don't create stock debt. Because if you buy the components and you cannot assemble, because in the other way you change, you know what I mean? You cannot assemble and then you have thousands of euros. I cannot say million, but many pieces that you have to scrap. So it was a good example.
Yes.
And then we are closing this point saying that we realize that it is a matter of people and culture. It's not a matter of technicality, framework, or something like this. And we are creating this kind of merge between the people, the continuous improvement. So this is what in the end of the story we released a couple of months ago as a new organization. Okay, we finished. You have 3 minutes if you have any questions. First,
how did you manage to create so many teams in such a short time? And the question is whether or not these groups are working full time, dedicated, and not distracted by anything else.
The part we have 2 combinations. One was the part of how can I say the pandemic situation, and then the team that were working in a classical way. They were quite shocked. They were not where to go, how to meet each other, because they were managing classic meetings in person. No? And so we take this one. And second point, it was a planetary combination, because the product management gave us the challenge. He said, why are we not, because of the success of one project, the easy one, he said, why cannot we manage all the projects in Scrum? And the word was, yes. But we didn't have any, myself and Milena, as a Scrum Master, nobody else, but we said, yes, let's do it. And then we started, you know what I mean, to rolling out, it was quite crazy stuff for new product development. And then we had some slot to open. The other point is, it was already something running, new products and new projects, but in a non-efficient way. So we take this opportunity to create, you saw that for the 4 areas, to also to clean up a bit the situation. But there was not so many discussion about the resource availability, because the result and the feeling of people change. We have this kind of, yes. And then of course, then the commitment of CEO and HR after the result of the pilot.
Specifically, are they working on a single project regarding a team, or they are multiple?
Depending. A new product development, yes, mostly they are focused there. They are quite 100% allocated. Maybe they have 10%, 20% of spare for maintenance or some other stuff.
We also have people working in
multiple
projects,
teams.
touching different areas.
Yes, we have a radar where we can see if the people is collapsing, or we have a dialogue during the retrospective.
Just a curiosity. For you, which is the most important value of Agile? So in other words, is it only a way to manage project, or what else?
Is people. When you are in Agile, if you see a fake review or a fake Agile, you will see something that when they are presenting the increments to the sprint, the project, only one is talking. In the Agile, the team is presenting. It's not talking, but it's presenting not to the manager, to most of our stakeholders. This kind of, okay, we have 2 minutes. This kind of the situation create culture, create responsibility, create engagement. So the framework helps to create, if you use the frameworks in the wrong way.
So is it your management system?
Yes.
The way to manage the meeting inside the routine activity?
No, the way to empower the people to take decisions.
The final aim is
yes.
the power of engagement of the people.
Yes. But it's an engagement that has a discipline. It's a high level of discipline, higher than before. So in Agile is not doing translate così. It's very disciplined, and the Scrum Master should be very independent. We have a situation where the Scrum Master will say to the CEO, please, wait your turn.
Okay.
And the Scrum Master of 23 years old.
So Agile promotes the involvement of people.
So,
promote the
empower people. We cannot handle the complexity with the throughput that is linked to the managers. It's not possible, as you see.
Yeah, thank you.
Other questions?
Do you have something like a second level to see the overall progress of projects?
You say in the Kanban part?
No, not overall, like a second
Yeah.
level 2. So the Scrum team that are working at the delivery level,
Absolutely.
but in the second level to see like the overall progress of the initiative. Do you have something like this to visualize?
Yes, we have. It's not phase for the control because we change it's not used to the control. Otherwise, you enter again in the situation where the manager is judging the result. We have stakeholder that can say it's okay, not okay. or providing feedback. This kind of analysis is available today, is fantastic, because we have everything that is traced in Jira, but not because Jira is driving the process. We are driving the process in Jira. It's different. And then we can see if we have deviation, if we have the velocity that is dropping down, or we have problems, or we are not planning well. But this is a tool that can be used by the team itself to reflect what they can do. We have also the overall transactions in the company. We can see that. But it's not to judge how it's going on. It has to be something that has to be in the hands of stakeholders to interact with the teams. So I'm not happy about this increment. What can we do better? Or what we hear in a team when we are doing the review, the managers that ask, how can I help you?
But it also helps the team to increase velocity, because sometimes when they saw that they are doing very few story points, they start to increase also the velocity for the following sprints. So it's also a way to speed up also.
Yes.
We're also describing some KPIs or some targets for similar, because I would say open journey.
No, the team as a designer roadmap is not yes. Designer roadmap, they navigate with a sort of high level to leave space for iteration.
And how is then this matching to the company targets, let's say, to achieve budget?
Here we are designing the innovation,
So
projects, new things to do. The targets is something that we are running in other areas. But everything that is new here, new or improvements. In that case, in Kanban, we are setting in the definition of done the targets. But it's linked to the initiatives that change the process itself or insist in the process. Slow moving when we have products that are not running or components that we use Kanban.
Roadmap and also product vision.
Yes, we use also product vision, roadmap, everything is set, is clear. No misunderstanding that the manager Agile, you can do what you want. No. Product owner is a really key point.
I have two questions. One is about the advantages that you have seen in the innovation process, and in which advantages have you seen from previous to Scrum implementation. And the other one is, how have you trained all the people and making people believing in agility and all the right concepts?
Allora, the first one, innovation, it's you have a risk anticipation, big risk anticipation. You know before that you are going to delay. I don't want to say that you expect it. Yes, it happened. It's going to happen. It was a miracle because 6 months, 1 year on delay, it was normal. Production company, moods, so it's not so.
But we also had a project which was closed after one sprint, if
Yes.
I'm not wrong.
We have also the possibility to stop. We started a project, not to sprint, for a project, for a new product development in China, not possible, close, by, start with some. So you have, how can I say, a sort of, let me see. Yes, you have a sort of practical things and knowledge, but it's really more transparent. More transparent. And the other one was
About the training.
the training is the most complex part. The people are going to feel well through the retrospective because there is something new. They don't know that it was a time that they can say what went well, what went wrong, what can do better. So this is a key point, and then the training is not easy. It's not easy. But the rule of Scrum Master is important to be independent, not inside the department, to be neutral, and to help the team move forward. So Scrum Master rule is very important. Is a real approach. Va bene, poi se avete, if you have any other questions.
Grazie. Grazie.